to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakafadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Wakasayim, Wabarakim. Peace, mercy, and blessings unto all the hopeful elect out there. To the Bayah Shal Dawadah, the house of David. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he exists or he is to be. The true name of the Son is Yahushai, which means he is to deliver. Right, and Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Wadi Abashim Yahushai, for allowing us to come out here another week and push this truth, man. Right. We're just going to prophesy against Babylon, man. America is circling the drain. Yep. All right, we are at the end of the dominance of the dollar. We're at the end of the dominance of Esau. Like it says in Job, the triumphing of the wicked is short. All right, we're at the end of the fucking dominance of Eve, the nasty ass black woman. Yep. All right, the Lord about to destroy this place, man. I got one for you. This is Job. We're just kidding right here. This is Job 20 and 4. It says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?" Yeah, and guess what? Triumphing actually goes back to the Romans, the Roman military. When they would conquer a country, if you will, they would do a triumph. All right? Actually, Hip Hip Parade goes back to praise that Jerusalem has fallen in 70 AD. Huh? Okay, so that goes back to Esau getting his little victory. Yep. So you got your little victory. You got the Israelites in slavery. You turned our woman against us. You put our woman over our men. Yep. You have our children on fucking Epstein Island. All right, so rejoice and be glad, man. Yep. All right, but this little season that you got is coming to an end. It's also written in Job that the Most High gave you bounds that you can't pass. Right. Right. That's the problem with Babylon is that wine, like when you drink, you know, you think dumb shit. You know what I mean? If somebody gets too drunk, they want to do a dumb idea. But that's why it says the nations have drunken and they're mad. Because people have drunken off America, off Babylon, and now they have this weird ideology of life. Like I was thinking about it yesterday, like he really has it to where he's sucking God out the way. You know what I mean? Like now it's science. You know, what is it called? Technocracy? Technocracy. That's a great point because when you go to Rev 11, it says, and they shall crucify him. Yep. Paraphrasing. Yep. You go into that word crucify, it means to destroy the power. Yep. So they literally want to destroy our power. That's why they cover the images. That's why there's churches of Satan statues of Baphomet all over America. That's why the outlay of DC has a pentagram, an owl. Yep. This is Satan's playground, man. Yep. Frankism is on the rise. The Talmud is literally being brought forth and people don't even know it. Like what they tell you to do with children and shit, that's literally what they're doing right now. So people don't realize that the New World Order is taking effect. Bud Light's got a nigga in a dress as their spokeswoman. You ain't seen that yet? Bud Light has got a transformer as the face of the can. Kid Rock shot it up. White people are mad. See, Esau's cool when shit happens to niggas, but if you mess with his beer, you know what I mean, or his football team, it's a problem. So now they're dipping into his fun time, and he's not with that, you know, which is Egyptian against Egyptian, and also you see people are denying the CBDC. Florida, North Carolina, I think, they're rejecting the CBDC. I got something. That's the vision. Exactly. I'll just finish this off real quick. Job 20 and 5, that the triumphing, man, man. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short. So that's one thing we learned too. Like when you go through something, you gotta look past it. You know, you gotta look past it. You can't isolate yourself in a situation. You know, there's so many things that we go through in this walk that you have to actually look past it for the better. You know, like we're looking, that's the spirit of a prophet to say before. So we're in the spirit of the aftermath of things, not just in it now. Right. And it says, and the joy, going back, this joy, Hip Hip Hooray, when he took down Gad, the 7th Cavalry, they yelled, they had a song, Gary Owens, and then they charge in their bland ass music, but that's okay. You know, the Pledge of Allegiance, Gatling gun. Yep, the Gatling gun, the Devil's Breath. That's okay. You got it. You got it for right now. But the joy of the hypocrite, it says, but for a moment. So all we are experiencing right now is a moment of wickedness in time. You know,
said something.
This is the definition of triumph. It means success in battle, conquest, or spiritual victory. So the Lord's gonna give us the triumph now.
Right.
You know, because you got the carnal victory.
Yep.
You won the war.
Yep.
Excuse me, you won the battle, but you're not gonna win the war.
Right.
You won a few battles, but you will not win the war.
And that's beautiful because the third woe. You want me to get that for you? The third woe cometh quickly. Because that's beautiful because right now we've dealt with nothing but battles. And going back, I think it was Joe Rogan. He's a truther now. He brought out an old interview how Esau already set up for 7 continents to take over, which reminds me of what we did to get Israel. So what Esau's done is that's why he went to Afghanistan and Iraq, because their plan was to get Iran. So their last stage is going to be Iran. And like the brother was saying, once you go in Iran, it's a wrap. Because now Iran is with who? Russia.
Well, they're gonna check. You gonna put yourself up. You gonna line yourself to be checked in, pretty much.
Right.
Right. If
Right.
you going in Iran, you putting yourself in check.
It's like in chess, when you take your queen, you ever get your queen surrounded? It's like any move I do, it's over.
Right.
So that's pretty much what he's done. He's going to put himself in a position where any move he makes next is over for him. This is Rev 11 and 14. It says, Rev 11 and 14, the second woe is past. And the second woe, which is the second war, is how they fulfilled the Balfour Declaration, you know? Because they attempted it in the first war, but they couldn't get the land because you had like the Ottomans surrounded, the Turks. You know, when you go into the history, it's a beautiful read. But when you go into the history, he attempted to get our land in the first war, but he didn't get it till the second war. So we had to go through 2 wars just to get our land. That's why they called it the Balfour Declaration, because it was a British librarian who wrote it out to the Rothschild and said, "It's my honor and pleasure to tell you we've got it." You see? Because Esau, remember, he's the same guy that was set up to take the sacrifice. So he also took the temple, and then what? He took the land, you know?
And that's why Ezekiel 35, it says, I shall possess these 2 countries, meaning America and Israel. Because America, this is pretty much New Canaan.
Yeah.
It was paradise before Esau got here.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I got some.
Yep.
This is this is from Fossilized Customs by Lou White, page 54. It says, page 55, it says, in 1871, Giuseppe Mazzini issued a remarkable letter in which he graphically outlined plans for 3 world wars.
Oh, they said the volume low. Let us know if you can hear us.
In 1871, Giuseppe Mazzini issued a remarkable letter in which he graphically outlined plans for 3 world wars. Until recently, this letter was on display in the British Museum Library in London. Pike added in making this plan known in the U.S.
Pike, major Mason, he was a witch too, and he initiated one of the presidents. He brought a president to a 33rd degree, I think, in one night. So they did a whole bunch of rituals. That's why they got the Tenure Act now. I think it was Andrew Johnson, where pretty much when he became president, he tried to take over the whole world, and they were like, "You can't." That's why presidents have a limit right now. Is the audio good?
It says, called the Mazzini-Pike Plan, its ultimate goal was eventual world domination. The letter outlined 3 relatively simple strategies. It called for communism, fascism, and the struggle for the Mideast to foment 3 global wars and at least 2 major revolutions.
Oh, well, see right there. Why is Esau's heart? Why is his heart towards the Middle East? Because that's where existence started, not all the way over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want the motherland.
There's something special about that land.
Yeah.
Both sides say it's a land flowing with milk and honey.
Mesopotamia, Abraham was there. You know. Oh, Esau's blessing was the oil, but he goes through Saudi Arabia, the princes, you know.
It says World War I was to destroy the Tsarist government of Russia and replace it with militant atheism. World War II will begin by manipulating Great Britain and Germany to achieve a global war.
Yeah, Hitler was set up. He was a FJ. You know, he knew that we were the real ones. He was all methed out too. He was just a bug out. That's why you got the Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg, the reason why the Germans were so cutthroat is they were on meth. They drugged them. That's why they could go all day and night. That's why they call it a blitz. Blitzkrieg. Because they would blitz in and the Americans couldn't do nothing. The wise men of Teeman. The Germans, the wise men of Teeman, they created a drug that was able for you to function for war.
Wow, yeah.
For war, they would drop it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Forward march too. Yeah, from the next. I remember watching on that Netflix series called Forward March, but it keeps you up 24 hours.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. So what are they going to do now? What's the new drug? Technology. Super soldiers.
Oh, why Mad Men sparing none?
Mad Men sparing none. Like the show Black Summer, or what? No. What's the
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, Man on Fire. You know, where, right now, iPhone is saying they're going to create a new phone, which is going to do away with the phone. Basically, it's going to be a goggles that you put on, which gives you augmented reality, meaning you can see real life, but there's things that play within it. Like you'll see a bunny on the tree, but the tree's real, but the technology is showing you the bunny. Because they're merging man with machine. You see?
It says, which was done almost single-handedly by Adolf Hitler.
See?
World War
And
III.
let me say this. This is why you have NATO in the EU today. This is proof, IUIC, Russia's not a part of the beast. Because NATO was created because of Russia. NATO was created to stop Russia from taking over the rest of modern Rome today. Where NATO and EU is today, that's ancient Roman Empire land. This is why a part of the beast is West Germany, because Germany was split during World War II, where Russia got half and NATO and EU got the other half. That's why there's a border. That's why it's called the Warsaw Pact, because they had to come together to stop Russia from basically taking over them.
I think that was the whole Berlin Wall thing.
Exactly. So history, you know who the beast is. You know?
It says, World War III of the Mazzini Pike blueprint called for the firing up of the controversy between the Israeli and Muslim world.
Right, that's why we keep saying, even though people's eyes are on Ukraine and Russia, that's not prophecy. As far as the third war, that's rumors, but what we want to focus on is the Middle East. And let me tell you this, for anybody worried about Russia and Ukraine, tell them just imagine it like it was in Africa, or Russia was America. You wouldn't be tripping, because see how people are tripping because Russia's doing what America's always done? Now you got a problem. Now it's march for Ukraine. But nobody was marching for Iraq. Look at all this shit they did to Iraq. The Esau makes terrorists, you know? Now let me read this precept before you get that. It says, Rev 11 and 14, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So that's the third war. And we also found out, not only is it prophecy, the Lord put it in his heart to pre-plan prophecy. This man is pre-planned prophecy.
It says, they hope that the Zionists and the Muslims would destroy one another.
Yep.
And bring the rest of the world into a final conflict.
And that's what's going to happen. This is why you're going to start seeing Israel more. You're going to start seeing them more and more in the news, Palestine. Syria. Syria is in league with Russia, you see? So this is why Israel blames Iran when a bombing happens. So they have the legal right to invade or have a legal conflict. But what they don't realize is, Joe 5, he's going to destroy their enterprise. So this is a plan. This is all a plan. This is all a stage. You got the book, Ira, right? Esau's Edom.
I was reading that last night.
What does it say? It says that the world's a stage. So all Esau is a character. So you have to understand the positions that each person plays with the movie, and we got the script. You know? That's right. I got it for you. This is Job, just real quick, because it's gonna get some good stuff in there. This is Job 5 and 12. It says, oh look, let's start at 10. It's raining, right? It says, who giveth rain upon the earth? The Lord. Right? Because there was a time when it didn't rain, and people didn't believe Noah. What are you building an ark? What are you building a boat for? You know? So like now, people don't believe us when we say that in the next war, America will lose.
Or the dollar's going to collapse.
Or the dollar's going to
The
collapse.
power's going to go out. Your 401k is going to disappear.
Hey,
Your food stamps going to disappear.
if any of you brothers ever worked at a job that you don't work at no more, call them back and get your 401k. I did. I didn't even know that was possible. But it was the Lord. As a personal testimony, I was hard. I was down on my luck. I was down on my knees, right? I was just going through it financially. This was like a couple months ago. And then I thought it was a scam. I thought it was like an Elamite or something. They were like, hey, your 401k, I got a letter in the mail. And it was like, yo, you got this amount of money, you can get it. So then I called the number. I just had to give a little bit of information. They direct deposited that shit on my Cash App. Because I ain't give them a real account. I gave them the Cash App just in case. And I looked, this and said, big, big. I was like, the Wadi Abbas shot. Because I worked at Walmart for a number of years. And you have a 401k. So then they gave it to me. This was years ago. So it'd be wise for any brothers that may have had a job where they took the money, you can get that back. And you should want to get it now, because this shit about to go down. You know?
Since the great battle will usher in a complete social, political, and economic chaos to fill the void created by the great battle.
Yep.
It says would come a world government headed by the Illuminati, and Illuminati doctrine, Lucifer is God, and Satanism is heresy.
Now let me read this. We're gonna read that again. This is Job 5 and 10. Who giveth rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the fields? You got the Euphrates River drying up, which is prophecy. A river overnight just appeared in like this, so what is it, Sarabian?
Saudi Arabia.
The desert?
Arabian desert over there?
Yeah, the desert, which that's the reason why when you read in Daniel, when it speaks about the rough goat, why he had to go west, north, and south, because he had to go around that big desert. That's why it breaks it down for you, you know? And it says, to set up on high those that be low. Are we not the lowest? We're the lowest. This is a true underdog story. Now, an underdog story is when you are counted against, meaning they have decided that the odds are stacked against you. So the odds are stacked against us. When we hold the Bible, when we go on the day-to-day, there's a demon on people to think low of us. They don't think highly of you. You pull the Bible out, I don't give a shit what he got to say. Because that's the position you have in this movie right now. Like Yahweh Shai. In John 1, it said the world rejected him. The world of Israel. That's why Edomites say, oh, the Jews denied him. You know what I mean? It's true to a degree, because that's the underdog story. So embrace it. Because really we have the advantage. If anything that I do that the Lord prospers me in, we look better. Because it was already counted against you. Right. It says, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. But the mere fact that we're standing out here is a form of mourning. We're wearing sackcloth. We're mourning. We're not in a position. Why isn't other nations out here? Those are Jakes down there right there. Issachar. Because they're mourning. You see? Uproars of the people. Uproars of the people are taking place because the Lord's putting other nations in a position to mourn.
And the Lord is sending those tribes here either for the salvation or for judgment.
Yep. Yep. And guess what? Moab's right with them. Moab's right in there with them. Men, military men, 30,000 men recorded that they had a process. Where's the women and children? Why is it just men? You know? Oh, one of the counties in New York State just issued a state of emergency because of they have to find housing for the immigrants. You see? Edomite veterans are being kicked out of shelters. So this is causing fire. See? Trump is looking like a hero because Biden is causing chaos.
And that's done. That's being done purposely.
Thank you.
Because Lord willing, we're not here, but through the Spirit, they gonna put the devil back in there.
Yeah.
And they might take his ass out.
Yeah.
And then imagine what that's gonna do to these Edomites.
Yep.
They gonna lose it.
They're going to force them to lose it because when you put someone in a position to go according to the rules and then you're hindering them playing fairly, now they got to play unfairly. Because that's what Americans are doing. They trust in the amendments. They trust in their judicial system. They trust that there's a chance with the government. Because right now, they're just saying, oh, if you're a republic, leave. But then it's going to come to the point when they're going to find out that both parties are in on it. They got to do away with the whole bird. That's what George Washington did, right? He ushered a declaration of independence from Britain. The modern government right now is nothing more than Britain, all over again. People don't realize it because they're sucking on the teats right now. They're getting the candy still. Things are still sweet, but when things start being stripped from them, what's going to take place? Reality's going to set in, and they're not in a good position. You see how Esau reacted with the Bud Light, you know? And it says, verse 12, this talking about the Lord, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty. So this is nothing more than a device, a plan, right? So the Lord is disappointing Esau's plans, but he's allowing them to reach oh so high because a part of his devices, because there's many. The MOTB is a part of it, but that's not his end all. It's world dominance. It's not just to chip everyone. He wants to do more than that. But the Lord got him doing that to fulfill prophecy. That's why he says while he's eating. You know, Esau didn't say, all I need to do is chip everyone and I got it. No, he needs to do more than that, but that's a part of it. But that device is what we're banking on because that's the major inclination of the end. You see? It says, Job 5 and 12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Who's the crafty? Esau. And what did it say? Through Lucifer, light bearer. So the elite, how did the elite get their power? Finance, through the banking system in London, through the borrowing and selling. That's all Amalek does.
Usually.
Thank you. That's all he does is usury. He got the first $100 bill, and then he took $100 bill and told 10,000 people they can use it. So all they're doing is exchanging with the same $100 bill, right? There ain't no money in the what the fuck is it? No, yeah, that too. But Fort Knox, ain't no gold up in there. Oh, and then Esau's secretly moving gold. He secretly moved all the gold from Sweden because he said of maintenance, and now the gold's gone. What's he doing? You see? He's got shit going on, man. And it says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Because the ultimate goal is what? A one world government. So a part of them achieving a one world government is to have everybody lock and key. So he has more plans than just a mark, but the Lord put that in him so that he can fulfill that prophecy, and then he'll be destroyed in the midst of trying to gain world dominance. It's beautiful. One realm versus another. You know? You got something, brother?
Yep. You do the second edges now.
Okay.
This is second edges 15. Start from the top. Verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right, because the first thing that comes to mind is what? What are people speaking in the ears of the Lord's people? Lewdness and folly.
Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit. So there's a different message that's being relayed to the people of the Lord.
Well, look at who he's using to speak to our people. The Glorillas, the Lil Waynes, Lil Uzi Verts. That's your modern day prophets, but they're false prophets.
It's so bad, Jake thinks Tupac's a prophet.
Right.
You heard the Ephraimite?
They think he's still alive. You know?
I used to think he was alive. But all that is showing you the confusion of Babylon. You know? Because Esau has been given the power of the conception of life and death. Meaning, he could control a character. James Brown could be dead, and he's dead, but he could keep that image alive. That's what he does. He has power with deception. Right. Hey, he made us think Jesus was white. I actually thought Jesus was a white guy. You know, you're pretty fly for a white guy, right? I used to really believe that shit. I didn't question it. That's what people are at right now. All of these people don't have, starting with Israel, the Lord hasn't opened them. That's why Yahweh Shai told his men, blessed are your eyes. You can see. And Yahweh Shai, he healed blind men and deaf men, right? So that's us. He healed our eyes and our ears so we can see it now. What we're saying is factual, but people don't have the mind to see it. Now, unless you're a number cruncher or you're an Edomite on a high up, they can see it, you know? But down low, this level, they can't see this shit, you know? They did a study, they did a study where pretty much, I can't remember the name, but Esau created a utopia modeled after America, and then he put mice in it. And then the mice, every 55 days, would double in numbers. And then what started happening was the women mice, guess what they started doing? They stopped wanting to mate, they stopped raising their children, and then the dominant mice band together and started living up in higher areas. Like now, the higher ups, they're above the chaos that's going on here. And you see, so it's the same thing that's taking place right now. So Esau's done studies. He sees how things play out and pan out in societies. And you're witnessing it right now, you know?
It says, the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, said Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Right, that's why we pray. Don't take the Holy Spirit from us. Send the Holy Spirit upon us so that we can speak the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Whether we want to, whether we're half health, full health, you know, damn near deathbed. You got brothers passing away in the truth, man. You got brothers giving their life for the Lord. You know, going through real life things, but still out here. And you fucking Christians are a bunch of liars, man. You held a sword and you can't wield it. And you're fucking lying to the people. They're lying to these people. There's more false prophets than real ones. There's more lies than truth out here. So you wonder why we don't have great numbers? Because the Lord don't deal with big numbers. You're carnal. Don't ever look at how the Lord works with a carnal mind. You'll fool yourself. You'll dupe yourself. And that's what Esau's done. All right? Guys like Dr. Quaz Brown, he told Alazar, do you have DNA? Can you prove it with your DNA? And he really thought he was on one. You know?
Verse 2, and caused them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's what we should have said to old boy last Sunday. He had his fucking arms crossed, but that's why the Lord said the unfaithful gonna die in their unfaithfulness. You gotta have faith. If what we're saying to you ain't hitting, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what do you want? Clearly we believe it. Otherwise we've been standing out here in the middle of the rain. So you want me to go in your head and rewire it? I can't do that. The Lord, Apostle Paul, as we do, we water, we plant, and Yahweh Bashem Shai gives an increase. That's all we're here to do. We're here to water and plant. There's nothing else we can do.
Well, the scripture tells you that faith is a gift.
Exactly.
The Lord has to give you that. Like, you know, we can't convince you. Like, you know, we had to be convinced, but the Lord had to open us up. You know.
Exactly. And you know why you know why we're bringing that up? Because right now Esau has presented a standpoint when the Bible that you can come as you are and everyone's accepted. So now we're here we're tearing altars down. We're tearing idols down with every precept, with every camp, with every lesson, with every time we read, we're tearing down lies. It says tear down strongholds. We're ripping this shit up in the spirit, man. We're ripping all the weird bugged up. You got churches teaching that God's a woman.
You got fucking pastors in the church that are, you know,
You seen that
you got female pastors with their tits out.
titties out.
You know, this place is sick.
Yeah, this place is sick.
Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. You got fucking pastors and preachers that touch on little children, man. Hiding behind the word.
Yep.
So that's what you brothers just said. The Talmud teaches it's fellatio, but the circumcise the baby and use their mouth.
The Talmud is a sick ass book, man.
That vocab never talks about. Hey, the last guy that came up against the church of Yahweh Shem Shai, starting with our apostles, the last guy that accused grape, he ended up getting charged with that. So vocab, you're in fucking deep water, bro. The last man that went up and got notoriety of having a debate, end up years later burning in his lust. That shit was plaguing him. That's sick too, to deal with a woman and find her daughter attractive. You don't realize you got a fucking demon on you, man. And then it fulfilled itself. And it was premeditated. So you better watch yourself with all that bearing false witness, pulling out old ass videos. And that's another thing, vocab pulling out a damn near 20-year-old video. Why? Because that don't be going on with us. It ain't a recent video. It's an old one. So what's that tell you? That our teachings aren't being taught to go do that.
And in the scriptures, it tells you that you're not supposed to mess with the mother and daughter. It's too close. When you get them both of them pregnant, that's confusion.
You can't even mess with your girl's sister.
Yeah.
Even that's foul.
Yeah, because it'll put a spirit on her. Yeah.
Whatever, you know.
Yep.
It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Yeah, and that's what Ezra is saying is what was told to us in Timothy, that the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear. And then it's even further stated in the law of Deuteronomy, where if you got a spirit of fear, you can't go to war. So you got to shake that shit off, you know? And that's another thing. It's the Lord's will, not man. Stop allowing man to put fear on you, you know? Nigga, you ain't create yourself. You know, fuck Esau, man. And his bullshit argument. We could be before a judge. That don't mean shit. Now we're gonna apply wisdom. We're not just gonna, you know, because it's a courtroom.
Like, bring out the Moors.
Right.
You know,
The Morris law,
and
the God of law, Hotep, you know? But the point is, in your mind, that's why Yahweh Shai said, thou say it. Nigga, you say that. Like cops, they get a rush off being superior over you. You know? You can respect them, but I don't need to fear you. You know? We don't need to fear. You don't need to fear these people. You need to fear your God and your Savior. That's who you fear. Then you respect the men underneath that who's amongst your nation. But outside of that, we don't need to fear no stank, weak-ass Elamite, no corny-ass, dirty-ass Ammonites, especially not no Edomites. We don't need to fear them, man. Hey, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Because we know who's ultimately in control even of your ass. Even your God, Satan, is controlled by our God, Yahweh Bashem El Shai. You know? Right. It's going to be the Lord that pushed the button. It's going to be the Lord that drops the guillotine. It's going to be the Lord that tells us to tell his ass, La'a. Hell no. The world's a stage. It don't stop just because Esau's in the scene. You know?
it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's right. And you're going to witness it out here. They're going, and then what's crazy is they're going to go through some things before they die in their unfaithful mind. Crying, eating loved ones, you know? They're going to go through terrible, detestable things. Well, look at them now. You know, look at what people do now at a club with a bottle.
Well, right now out here, you got something called the kill boys. Where these niggas go around and grand up all about here, man. Carjackings left and right, years, hundreds, all types of shit.
Yep.
But imagine when there's no food out here, what they gonna do for food?
Oh, look at that.
Right now,
Proverbs 3 and 5. Ain't that lean not on your own understanding?
Yep.
That's the spirit. Because we were just talking about that. I'm sorry, brother. No, you got a point.
Now I was saying, imagine when there's no food out here, man. You know, right now people are still in cars, walking into people's homes for a dumbass TikTok challenge. But when there's no food out here, man, shit gonna get real, man. When people got families to feed, you know.
I got a testimony to that. Like, you know, I bring it up every now and then. But I went through that as a young child. Like, going hungry ain't no fucking joke, man. You went, especially for a small child, you don't know what's going on. You can't do this. You can't do it. You don't know what to do at 6, 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? But that's a horrible way to die, I tell you that.
Yep. Well, it says it'd be better for them to be killed with a sword.
Yeah.
You know. And let me say this about the whole Kia thing. The Kia was set up by the CIA. All right, you catch my drift. I'm telling you, those challenges, CIA sets that shit up. Ain't no nigga going viral. Niggas ain't going viral. It's Esau. Esau controls the algorithm. You know? They'll show you that shit. That's why you can't see videos. You watch one NBA clip on your YouTube and the whole thing is just, you know, NBA. It's like, where the brothers go? You know, that's why I would say have 2 YouTubes. Don't use your main YouTube for folly. I mean, you can if you want. That's on your ass. But I recommend don't. Because it's already a chore now for me to find videos. You know? And then if I watch a video like political, then the whole thing's political. I'm like, what the fuck? I literally was just watching the Elder's video, and I click out and go back, and it's Tucker Carlson.
Right.
You know? But going back to that thing, the whole Kia boy, you know why that happened? Because prophecy said the love of many will wax cold. That's set up to raise the crime rate. Rochester and I think another state is Milwaukee is suing Kia. And you think they give a shit? And another thing, how did some little niggas find out how to do that? Because they TikTok, listen, CIA can talk to your ass if they need to. They can put a nigga on with a gold chain and a hat, and you'll never see him again, but he gave you the breakdown how to do something. And now they're all doing it. They set that shit up that way. Esau's doing this shit, man.
Verse 6.
Bait car.
For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
It said the whole earth. The whole earth. So this is why you see sick shit in Britain. You know? Oh, and that proves Babylon's the problem. Because it said the kings of the world, they've gotten drunken with her. You know? So people are victims to the wine of Babylon in third world countries that Esau made a third world country.
Man, this devil's doing all type of human trafficking, organ harvesting, all type of sick shit, man.
Oh, the islands. Oh, island boys. See them weirdo niggas? That's a psyop. I'm an island boy. They got little babies on islands, man. They got little babies that they're doing shit to. And then he put some stupid niggas with wicks, whatever the hell you call them.
Look like Sideshow Bob.
Yeah. See? This is hell, man. And people, it says oppression only makes a wise man mad. We're dealing with low, detestable people, man. Hey, stop giving these women the value, man. Stop having real life conversations with women. They're not gonna get it. That's not their job. Let her ass just be your pillar of rest. Let her ass rub your feet, comfort you. But when it comes to hegemony, when it comes to government, political, real, don't talk to her about shit. No, you're gonna frustrate yourself.
Keep the door of thy mouth from her that lied in the book.
Yep. Real quick, because you said the world. This is Revelations 18. Make me want to read the whole chapter, man. I'm going to read the whole chapter on this place.
Go ahead.
Revelations 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
And we're saying the same thing in the spirit, man. We're chatting this place down. All right? Just as the ancient walls of Jericho fell, America's going to fall too, man.
Oh, that's the spirit. I was just talking to Roddy about that. So that's what we're going through right now. So remember, it was what? On the 7th day it fell, but we had to keep going around it, right? That's like us in America. You got to get up, you got to go to work. It's the same thing. But then one day, it's going to fall. just like then. So we're circling the walls of Jericho right now. Groundhog Day, it's okay. You know what you got to realize in this walk is, even though it's repetitive, you got to be thankful that the repetition ain't as difficult. Like I was telling my brother, I'm like, even though we're behind enemy lines, at least we ain't going to war with these niggas every day. I got to fight every single day. You know what I mean? All right, I got to deal with a weak ass Edomite, a little mole walking by. Big fucking deal. But I don't got to go fist the cuff with him. You know what I mean? So, you know, the Lord allows us to take the best out of the worst situation. Just take the best out of it. You on a sinking ship, at least you got a pocket of air. You know what I mean? You got to find ways. That's what the Lord's doing for us. And it says, Babylon the Great, America, right? Yeah, we said it. America's Babylon. How about that?
It's not the Vatican, man. Babylon is not the Vatican. You got niggas teaching that. You know?
They got Satan on them.
Even Esau. I'll say this. A lot of Edomites know that this is Babylon the Great. 'Cause I was watching Mike Adams, and he had an Edomite pastor on there. He acknowledged that this is Babylon the Great. But a lot of you niggas can't get it.
Nope. Oh, well, the children of this world.
Why is it?
Why is it? You had the elder from South Carolina. He was teaching an Issacharite, and the white woman said America's Babylon, while you had a dumb, stupid nigga standing there trying to yell gang, gang. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, man. You know? Don't love black people. Love the brothers. Love the brothers. Don't love black people. Love the brothers. You know? And it says, and let me say this real quick pertaining to that. I'm going to go back. Right now, what you witnessing between a black man and a black woman is nothing more than a sibling rivalry within itself. That's the issue. Our women are like the young sister who don't want to listen to the big brother. That's all it is when you really look at it in hindsight. So let her little ass be. And it says, Babylon the Great. And what made it great? Us.
Souls of men.
Souls of men. You know? And it said, oh, now that's Esau's tactic. Yeah. No. Well, yeah, right. Well, he says we have to acknowledge that it was great because of you black people. Yeah. That's fucked up. That's messed up, bro. To say that to the ancestors of slaves, you know?
They want to give niggas in Cali reparations.
Yeah. Yep. Which that's another way for the dollar. There's a lot of financial woes that he's using. He's using these things to create he's creating solutions to bring a problem. That's a devil. And it says, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
This place is already fallen.
Yeah.
It's already through. You know? We're just waiting for it to catch up, but we already got the victory. America's already fallen. It's already fucking through, man. You know?
Exactly. We see it. And it says,
June 1st, they're talking about they're supposed to run out of money.
yeah,
Which I don't believe is going to happen that day, because no man knows the day or the hour.
right.
But there will be a time of day where the dollar ain't going to be worth shit, man. The bank's going to be closed. You ain't going to be able to access the ATMs. And people going to be out here fucking wilding.
Yep. And it says, and the hold of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
That's going into the animals that will inhabit this place once it's destroyed.
Right.
You know?
Right. But what's heavy is that's the spirit that's already here. You know, you're a sicko, come to America. Or what I used to say, if you're a felon, come to the UPK. That's America. That's America for you. Rejects, right.
Devil's rejects.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath.
Yeah, they all drunk of it, man. All these motherfuckers. You know, you got them passing alphabet rights. You know?
Yeah.
Women's live. Democracy.
Yep.
The dollar. That's another way of them drinking too. You know?
Yeah, Babylon is an undercover communist country. I can't say it too loud because they flagged me last time I said it. Which proves it. Which fucking proves it. I'm gonna give you the freedom of speech, but you better watch what you say. That's 1984. You gotta watch that movie, man. It's dope. Basically, they're called thought police or thought crimes. So y'all are thought criminals. You over there thinking, brother, they're gonna get your ass. That's what they did.
Minority Report.
Yeah, exactly. which were so-called psychics, which is his enchantment, dealing with the left-hand side, you know?
About that meeting they have?
Hmm?
They having a meeting right now.
Oh, the G7 summit?
Yeah.
Yes, and guess where they're having it?
Where
South America.
Nope,
I just seen it.
nope, Hiroshima. The same place that they bombed. Why? Because they're getting ready. They're getting ready. And you know who they're talking about there? Us. They're talking about us there too. So get ready. We about to be famous. We're gonna be infamous soon. Trust and believe. And that's okay. And we're not doing it. We're not putting ourselves on the horse. You know what I'm saying? You know? The Lord gonna do it. We're on the donkey right now. We're lowly. But there's gonna come a time where they gonna know about us.
Did you watch that video you put up about the rebuttal? They were talking about, I heard the GMS bomb.
Oh, yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Nathan on the horse. Yeah, it got back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Oh, he also said that you gotta leave GMS. But hey, what did Peter say? Where are we gonna go? Okay, if we were to leave, and that's another thing too. And what you hear the elders going through, it ain't a camp thing. It's a truth thing. It's a truth thing. It's about Yahweh Shemel Shai. So if we went to another camp, they wouldn't accept us. We'd be going back and forth. What you doing, bro? Why you got drags? We'd be going back and forth. Why you lining up? They would kill us.
We'll be casted out.
The false prophet punched Mayakala.
Just like they kicked the apostles out.
Yeah, exactly. Over the Cornelius Council. What's they now teach? What's they now teach? Despicable.
And they never apologized.
Right.
You know?
I know if I did something wrong, that would weigh on me. Especially if it was for a brother. I'd call him. Like, yo, man, I gotta tell you, man, Salakia. You know, I repented, but I gotta let you know. I apologize about that. You gotta do that, but they don't do that. You know? And it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And how they do it? Through war and what they call democracy. And then that's why you have third world countries.
Economic hitman.
Yep. Jackals. Watch the movie The Jackal with Bruce Willis, right? Yeah, Bruce Willis. The best movies to watch is the ones in the 90s. Oh, Running Man. Guess what year that was in? Guess what year that movie was dated in when they made it? 2023. So all the movies back then, they were for this time. So we're here.
It just dawned on me like 2 weeks ago that was AI that they was doing when they was framing Schwarzenegger for killing somebody.
Yes.
And he really didn't do it.
They call it deep fake.
Yup, deep fake. Yup.
Deep fake. Now they got the chat box shit. So pretty much this is how Esau gets the public. He gives you little trinkets of it. He gives you little apps. Here, alter your face with this filter. There's some dumb broad wants to look 20 again. It's 46, but she wants to look 20. And you don't know he gave that to you, so his ass can do it in real life and really get your ass. People don't know shit, man. Hey, this shit is a stage. This shit's a stage. You don't know how many Bidens they got, man.
Or Trumps.
Or Trumps.
No.
Yep.
Kamala's nothing.
Yep. It says, drunk. Oh, well, that's the spirit. It says they got drunk off the wine. What do you call that when you get a woman drunk? You taking advantage of her.
Yep.
So he gets the people drunk to take advantage of you.
I bet you put the bottle to thy neighbor.
Yeah, I get it.
Look on their nakedness.
Yep.
That's what he do to us, man. That's why he's the accuser of thy brethren. You know, he purposely put stumbling blocks before Jake for us to trip on, and then say, look, they going off. You know? Look, they eat pork. But I'm gonna make it the cheapest meat. You see?
Yeah. This is Habakkuk 2 and 15. And it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink.
Destruction.
Yep.
All right? Destruction unto him.
Yep. Well, that's how they got this land. They got the Native Americans drunk. And then they had them sign their land away. That's how they got this place right now. That you're able to walk around, have fun. You're on stolen land. There's nothing proud to be of this.
I'm a tribe of Israel.
What tribe?
Jewish.
Oh, you are? Okay, what's up? Shalom. And it says, Habakkuk Habakkuk 2, that's wisdom. Habakkuk 2 and 15.
Shalom. Rejoice and be glad.
He said, I'm a child of Israel. What tribe? Jewish. You know what that is? He got cut. His spirit was getting cut. Then why ain't you out here with us then? I mean, it could be a Jake. I mean, who am I to say? But it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him. You see?
And what's his bottle? His ways, his philosophies, you know?
Yep.
Creeds, Black Lives Matter,
Yep.
hip hop.
Yep.
All this shit has been infiltrated by the seal, like the brother said, man. Then he gives it back to you, but that's him putting a bottle to your ass, rocking you to sleep, man.
Yep.
You know?
And it says, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also.
Making him drunk, man. You know, our people were made drunk and that shit bugged them out. That's why I said in Jeremiah that they'll become mad. You know?
Yeah.
Meaning crazy, deranged.
Crazy and deranged.
What's that scene out of what's that slave movie with Matt, The Birth of a Nation?
Birth of a
When they
Nation.
knocked their teeth out and shoved the funnels that they made them eat,
Yeah.
trying to keep them alive.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's what they do. When you really look at this place, you're forced. You're forced to a degree to conform. I really be looking like there's really a spirit. There's really like a blanket over here. It's a bubble. There really is. Like there's a collective mindset that people, they might not know each other. Okay, I'm gonna give you a good example. So you can have a man and a woman arguing. Oh, nigga, you ain't shit. Bang, bang. Everybody watching. She hitting him. Nobody's saying nothing. The minute he hits her back, hey, nigga, you can't do that. And three niggas jump out of nowhere. Like, where were you at? Now, them three don't even know each other. But they collectively agreed on that one thing. That's Babylon. There's a bubble here. So you got to learn. You can't break the bubble. You just got to learn how to maneuver in it. That's the best thing. Exactly.
They had a Jake recently, like last week, he just got killed for that same thing. He was walking with his family out of Walmart in the parking lot, and there was a female getting roughed up by an employee, or a male, a black male, and this dummy leave his family to go say this. You don't know what this bitch did, but you da-da-da-da, and he got shot up like 3 times, killed his ass.
Good.
Hey, the scripture says, meddle not in many affairs.
Right, man.
Right.
That got nothing to do with
The
you,
perfect
bro.
example is that is my man Book of Eli.
Yep.
This ain't my business.
Yep.
Right.
You might have to tell yourself that. Man.
Yep.
Especially in the times to come, you ain't Captain Saving nobody, man.
I say that even to Satan when he puts mortal thoughts. When he try to put mortal, ain't none of my business, man. What am I gonna do? What am I do? You know? I'm over here. And it says, I got Jeremiah too, if you want that one. The mad. It says,
Jeremiah 51.
yeah, I'm holding Habakkuk 2, then I'm a precept of Jeremiah 51. So let me finish Habakkuk real quick, and then we'll jump to Jeremiah. Habakkuk 2 and 15, woe unto him, I keep thinking, he said, I'm a child of Israel. I keep thinking, that shit was funny. It says, hey, well, we were just talking about that being infamous.
Yep.
See, we didn't even say nothing to him. We didn't say we were Israelites, but he knew. Could have been the menorah, could have been the 12 tribes chart, but something of us, he knew that it was linked to Israel. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, white man's wicked water. I got a book on that.
Fire water.
Yep, it's called the white man's wicked water. You know who gave Gad guns? The Dutch. And now what Judah and Jake do? Dutch master. You know? The Dutch came in the ports of New York and gave them guns. Because before that, Gad wasn't into that. It was hand-to-hand, guerrilla warfare, bow and arrow. Yeah, things of that. And then when he came with the gun, that changed the playing field. But that was his blessing. You know, because Esau was blessed with a sword, but Moab created gunpowder. So he got the gunpowder from Moab, you know? It says, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also. And you're drunk in many ways. This place gets you drunk in many ways, you know?
On the holidays.
Yep.
You know, niggas getting ready to celebrate the 4th, Juneteenth. You know? dark as hell.
Yep. Yep.
Father's Day.
Christianity is a part of it.
Mother's Day just passed.
Yep.
You know,
Christianity is the wine.
social media
Yep.
likes.
Yep.
You know,
That makes you a narcissist. Remember I was telling that to you? I was like, why do you have to be liked?
right?
And remember I
Or
was
follow.
or followed. I was telling him that we were on a job site and I must have said it too loud because one of the fucking cronies, one of these little carny niggas, he was like, you're one of, what did he say? He was like, remember? He was like, oh, you're one of them.
Pretty
Yeah,
much, you know, because you into what we into.
because we just talking critically, you know? So because I had the thought, I'm like, why do they want to be like their follower? And he replied with, oh, you're a thinker.
Right.
He was, oh, you're a thinker. Fucking carny.
But that's a heavy spirit though, that whole like thing. People get mad like, you ain't like my video, my picture.
Oh, remember MySpace?
Yeah.
There was a white woman that burned her friend's house down because she wasn't in her top 5. Remember top 5? You can make someone your, you know?
That's a heavy
She
spirit.
burnt that shit down. We need they gotta take electricity away. Like, you know what I
We
mean?
have to go back to the dark ages.
Yes. And you know what? Relationships will be better. You know, family. Oh, Dad. You really happy?
Right.
You know? But this is that wine. It says that putteth thy bottle to him. Now, how's he put that bottle to you? He's forced you.
Cell phones.
Cell phone.
That's another worst thing they could have did for niggas. A cell phone.
Yep.
They didn't give it to you free over there by the fucking St. Paul. You know?
Pop-up stand.
Yep.
Obama phone.
Yep. And then him putting that bottle to you. Say you have a child and you want to homeschool him. You know, he puts that bottle to you. CPS.
Yep.
Now I gotta check to make sure. But who the fuck are you? What made you the standard to have things the way they're supposed to be? That's the problem with Babylon. They put people in positions of power that are not even adequate to be the yayer or nayer. I'm a police officer. Who says it? What, do you break the law?
But hold on, you don't have no say in whether this child was born.
Yeah.
This child came from the Lord.
Yep.
But you could take your stink ass up here and put him in a foster home.
Yep.
So he could be human trafficked.
Yep.
'Cause that's what happened to those children.
Yep.
I saw that new one, the couple had the baby
Yeah.
at home.
In
And
Texas.
they came and took the baby.
6 days old.
Yeah. that's crazy.
They ripped a 6 days on Earth.
Wow.
6 days in Babylon, and it already got you.
Curse your thought be without coming in. Curse your thought be without
Yep.
coming out, man.
That's one thing I realized. Babylon will take your innocence away. Cause you could say you get a chick who's 18. Over time, Babylon will get her.
Yep.
In one way or another, the job, Babylon will get you.
Work cousin members, all that shit.
It will fucking get you, man. This place it's got its hands in everything. You know, it's a god.
It's the modern day Hellenization.
Yep,
They're trying to force this pork upon us.
yep,
You know?
yep. Ain't no poke on my folk. It says, oh, well, I remember you had said, the one thing Jake says, the only problem with pork is that it ain't big enough.
As the cow.
Yeah, it ain't big as a cow.
Yeah, the pig.
You got Jake out here saying, I eat everything from the rooter to the tutor. Through. But that's Babylon. That's the wine. He put that to him, like you said, because I remember that in the world, being a single father, you know, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford always getting lawful food, so there was times where I could only afford pork. You know? And then the Lord put it on my child's spirit. She was like, yeah, you said God said we can't eat that. See? Yeah, so that's the Lord. But it's showing you the struggle that Israelites are going through here. You know?
And that shows you that children are sponges too, because this happened like a couple weeks ago. It just happened to be in a conversation, but this motherfucker was talking about hell. We had a conversation. You know, I was passing through in Burlington, and she thought hell was an actual place. And I said, no. I said hell is the ICBM missile, the lake of fire. But my son had said, I said, tell her what the hell is. And he said, the lake of fire. I said, I didn't know he knew that like that.
Yep.
He said the lake of fire. I
It's
said,
also the grave, too.
yeah, and I told her that.
Yep, it's the grave. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that's how you cut the Christian
Yeah.
to cut out that whole
Yeah.
shit, right?
Well, he be watching videos.
Yep.
With me, he be
That's
hearing
good.
like sponges, you know?
Well, remember, Samuel, as a young child, wore a linen ephod
Yeah.
his mother made for him. So he had like a, not a play one, but a little one for him as a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
We Israelites.
Yeah.
We Israelites, you know? And it says, Habakkuk 2 and 15, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth, oh, peer pressure, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also.
These contracts.
Right.
That's the main fucking, that's how you get your ass. This devil, these contracts, that's the modern day supplanter.
Your
man.
covenant. Well, he told Sarah, remember in the movie Implanted? He said, did you read it? And they showed like a whole bunch of Jakes, and Jake was like, yeah, I read it. No, damn well he ain't read it. But he said that before he did it. He said, all right, we're gonna give you the 20 grand. Did you read over the contract? And he made sure that he asked that, because that proves it's gotta be a conscious decision. That's why people be bugged out, like, I think he got me. You're bugged out right now, bro. You gotta get that thought off you.
Right.
We had one Gadite years ago, which I pray he's doing well. He was sincere. You probably remember Malak. He used to come around. It was the one Gadite. He was an ex-soldier. He said, we were talking about the mark. He had said, I think that's what he said. But you don't wanna think like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, get away, Shaitan. Creeping up behind us.
Tell you not to let your sins weigh you down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all saw Satan creeping up? Yeah, the Wadi Habashim shot. Yeah, we not in a time where we looking to debate Babylonians. We want to teach brothers, man.
How's it written? We only prophesy unto those that believe.
Woo! That's right. That's
That's
it.
it.
We're not here looking for clickbait. And any of you watching, you shouldn't be wanting us to do that either. We already are giving our life.
Any of you watching, you shouldn't be in the spirit of being entertained.
Exactly.
You should be in the spirit of being building up your faith, being edified,
Yep.
not entertained.
Taking notes, Googling, seeing what we're saying is true. Because the Spirit has us say a lot of facts. That's one thing I realized where the Lord, He gives us a lot of information to give out. So it would behoove you to take that information, put it in your pocket. Let me look it up myself. Oh, that does. Oh, wow. And you might find other things. And then that's building, you know?
That's what I do too. That's what I do. I like, I'm watching videos and somebody say something where I'll look it up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I got the online entomology right on my front screen. My cell phone, the front screen is everything that I need for the truth. And then the second screen is shit I might want to do. But everything is right there. Bing. You know? And it says, that putteth thy bottle to him and making him drunken also. Like the brother said, the contracts. Kradazar was telling me that some of the contracts that Esau had you sign, like in the music industry, it's so fucking thin, you gotta use a razor. There's pages on another page.
Called fine print.
Right. Right. And it said, well, look at when he gives you medicine. You know, look at all this shit he says at the bottom, so he don't get sued. And it says, and putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. That's what he's doing right now. You seen it, Jake, when we saw her belly was out and shit? Like, that's no way to carry yourself.
The gorillas. You know, that's him looking on our nakedness, man. Our women out here twerking, half naked. The men are most fucking Atlanta's most central, man.
If you notice, a lot of the Israelites that Esau uses, they're actually they're mentally impaired. Like Gorilla, like I saw an interview and she didn't know, it was something basic. Like she didn't know foxes or something crazy. Like, are you that damn dumb? Like Emily Chopper, the nigga was wearing half naked in front of Birdman, gyrating and shit, and now he's millionaire. They're not all there. Little Dirks, Reese, I got research that. They're not all there. They're really not. You just think that. Just because a nigga can formulate words that rhyme don't make him intelligent.
There's ghostwriters.
There's ghostwriters.
You don't even know they're writing that shit.
Industry plants. Cardi B, the bitch is a stripper. And now she's a musician.
Degenerates.
Oh, what did Kanye West say? He said, I like Gaga, but what does she know about Kodak? She's like director of Kodak now. The film, the business. How is Lady Gaga in, you see? Or just like, how's Bill Gates of hell? Nigga, you do computers. What are you doing in this industry now?
What do you know about the human anatomy?
And how do you own almost all of the secrecy.
Respect is a person.
It's all set up. They have guys like Sam Green Casino. When the mafia took over Casino, they had a front man. They made someone that was legitimate. All Biden is, or the Bidens, they're just front men. You know?
Can I bring this out, brother? Real
Yeah.
quick? It's going back to the edification part you was just talking about. This is 1 Peter 1:10. It says, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto us. See, it's telling us there that the prophets have inquired about
Diligently.
these things and searched diligently.
Right.
So that's studying books. And,
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's the right spirit to be in.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the Apocalypse, it says that he always occupied the prophecies, left the prayer place.
Yeah.
You know? He that giveth his mind to the law will be occupied the prophecies, left the prayer place.
I got this precept. You had quoted it, so I'm gonna just land back on him because it just ties in. 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. It says, wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. Now I got a good example. Years ago, a situation happened where I had a medical emergency. I had collapsed at camp, and we had I call him a Jamaican vampire, but we had this Jake. He was listening, and then when I had fell over, Marar and Kratazar prayed over me, and then the spirit said, "Get up." I heard it. I heard a voice. It said, "Get up." So, and I was bedridden, but the spirit, I got up, and he said, "What you just say?" He said, "What is that? What is that you just said?" Like, so that's the spirit. That's what it's saying. Like, speaking in tongues, like Hebrew language, it's not for you, brothers. Khan la'ah, tawada. That's not for y'all. It's for them that don't believe in that. So when they're like, "Oh, there's power in that language," so he saw power in the tongue of that language, you know. And it says,
And in the name.
and the name.
Because we out here proclaiming the name.
He said, "Let me get your number, man. Let me get your man." He, right, remember? And it says,
Then we saw him again with a little roach.
yeah,
Looking Edomite.
he said he had a white slave roach. He brought him up because he wanted to know if he was an Edomite or not. That was crazy. So it says, but prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. So when we prophesizing, we're preaching to the choir. So you're gonna hear things that you know already, but this is repetition.
And it's very comforting too.
It is.
It's like you're comforting the newborn. You
Yep.
got birth them, you giving them milk.
Yep.
We're out here to feed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The scripture says man should not live by bread alone.
Yep.
So we got the water for you, we got the milk, we got a full course meal for you. Huh?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Just like when the Israeli came up, we didn't say, "Oh, well, come back, let's dialogue."
Like, this ain't 2015.
Nah.
You know?
Yeah,
Call them on your week.
yeah. This ain't that time. We're in a different time because you know what we're in? Oh, remember in Nehemiah, he wanted to build the adversaries of Benjamin and Judah? Or is that Ezra?
They wanted to come and build with
Yeah,
us.
4.
Is Zerubbabel going to say, nah, this ain't for you?
Yeah. You want me to get there real quick?
Yeah,
Just a quick point.
Now, 'cause those, get into those books, brothers. Get into Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, very spiritual accounts, and we can link it up with today.
Exactly.
Because right now, are we not building? We're building the third temple. He's building lively stone, you know? So we're building right now, but you got people that want to hinder our building or try to sneak in and build with us, like that guy. Now, he could have been a Jake, we don't know. But there's a lot of infiltrators out there.
But his spirit didn't you know, he didn't come back.
Yeah. Here's his little woman.
Yeah.
Go be with your woman. Grab ass. Go do you.
Right, enjoy your Saturday.
Exactly. This is Ezra 4, and I'm going to just start at 1. It's fire, though. It says, and building off your point, with you getting in those books, you understand history more. So then when you read Daniel, it's like it's nothing, right? It's like, oh, we already know the history. You know about this Babylon, get into the ancient Babylon. So then when you read Jeremiah, you'll know what Babylon's talking about. If it's saying Babylon's going to be burned, okay, that's not ancient. Because then you read Daniel, and it tells you how Babylon got taken by the Persians. Many, many tickled, you know? It says, Ezra 4 and 1,
Which I believe Esau was playing with the CERN.
I was about to say
Stuck
that.
his head in there.
I was
said,
just
tickle.
he literally got hit with a particle. He stuck his head in there and got hit with a particle, and he heard tickle.
Which means thou have been found wanted. And,
Wade.
Wade in the family.
Yeah. And when
much your days are numbered.
Yup. And when that was written on the wall, it was written in the Lashon Kodash.
And when Yahushua spoke to Paul, he spoke to him in the Lashon Kodash too.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
Hebrew is important.
Yep.
Latin, Greek is important too. You need to know those languages, at least certain words, to understand the scriptures.
Now, why are those points important? Well, we just read the precept. Those are recorded for those that believe not in the Hebrew. So it's recorded in the Hebrew tongue so that it can be proven the Hebrew tongue. Because they didn't believe, like last week.
Right, with that guy.
The Gayman, he ain't believe, you know? Ezra 4:1, now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity,
Which is the whole world pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you got to think Israel is surrounded by Moab,
Amen,
Esau, Amalek,
Yep,
Ishmael.
yep,
And they think they about to go and rebuild this temple.
yep,
Like that.
yep,
That's what's on their spirit.
yep,
The same thing today. Y'all think you're about to go reclaim your heritage? Hell no.
yep.
No?
And a fun fact, because being surrounded, Moab was to the east of us. That's why it says in Numbers, Moab from the land of the rising sun. And it's not, where's the sun rise? In the east. Oriental, right? The east.
Coast, up
Or
or
east coast. So he was always east of us. He just went further. He went past Russia, you know? And it says, look, it says now when the adversaries, right, now when the Christians, what black people reading the Bible, let me get in there, right?
right.
Let me tell you about Edom. You know, niggas, not, you ain't
Never heard Edom a day in my life. Man.
never, not nothing.
Nothing.
Not a near nutta. And then out of nowhere,
Right.
you're an expert.
Oh, you definitely ain't gonna hear about the book of Obadiah.
Right.
You know?
Oh, well, you got Esau did a 30-minute video explaining who Esau is. And ain't explained shit. A brother commented, he said, this man lied in the first 20 seconds. and it was like a half an hour long.
Stop watch.
You're right. It says, now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord God of Israel, like right now, they don't give a shit. You're a bum. You catch the bus. You got three jobs. You know, you ain't doing shit with your life. But now you identify as an Israelite. Oh, now we got to address this. Bogab don't talk about no other black people unless they're Israelites. Right?
He's obsessed.
He's obsessed.
He got a spirit on him, man. Like Haman.
Yes.
Haman he just had a spirit on him to do away with all Israelites.
Yep. Yep.
Now you got cronies following them.
Yep.
And they be popping shit. You be ready to punch them in they fucking mouth. It's all, what they call them, agitators.
Yep.
Yeah, they want to agitate the prophets so that we look like bad guys.
Yep. And they're really showing their demons.
Right.
You can really see. I'm thankful to Yahweh Shem Shai that I can really see like the devil in them. Because like I realize people don't see Edomites like we do. Like to them, that's just his normal look. I'm like, look at that nigga. He look like a snake. You know? And they're like,
they come up with this whole reptilian doctrine.
yeah. Because they're the serpent.
Right.
They just went left with it. You were almost there.
When they be hot Cheeto rapping, look at how red this motherfucker is. I be telling them, they be like, look at how red this motherfucker is.
And it says, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers. Now who came up with Zerubbabel? Mordecai. We just got done reading Esther. So look what Mordecai went through before he went back to his land. He had to deal with Haman. He almost got murdered.
The whole nation. He put out a decree to kill the whole nation on one single day.
And remember, the people were perplexed. Like, what's going on? They're like, I like Usher. Why you want to kill him? Right? You're like, what the hell?
I like fried chicken.
Right. It says, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye
They
do.
was lying. They don't seek our God. Man.
No.
Psalms 91. The gods of the nations are idols.
Right. And it says, and we do sacrifice unto him since the day of Esar Haddon, king of Assur.
Now that's when going back to 2 Kings when they put them in the land of Samaria.
Yep.
Because the northern kingdom had already came to America during this time.
Yep.
You know? Which that proves the lady at the well is not an Israelite.
Exactly. Now her husband was.
Right.
That's why Yahweh Shai said, get your husband. You know Jake like heathen women. Oh, and that's a cut. They say you can't be with heathen women. Yahweh Shai didn't have a problem with it. He actually told the heathen woman to get her Israelite husband. See? And it says,
Hey, heathen women are in order, man.
yep,
It's the reason why Jake's are going to Thailand and,
yep.
Bangkok.
Oh, well, now you got black women saying they need to make passport cis.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You can't go nowhere. You go to the Middle East, they gonna cut your damn head off, man.
Oh, you got another black woman telling foreign men to come to America to take them.
Nobody's coming
And
here.
you know what this bitch said? She said, I'm ready, me and my 2 children. What man want to leave and come to this shithole to get a nasty, used black woman with 2 fucking babies?
When they already got like 2 wives over there.
Right. I seen a dude, he bought a wife in Kenya for 6 cows. And she said, I clean, I'll do whatever you want. Submissive, you know?
See, what women don't realize is that they're dispensable.
Yep.
There's more women on the earth than men.
Yep.
So it's a ton of women to choose from.
Yep.
So wake up, bitches.
Yep.
That pride.
Yep.
The great humbling is coming, man.
It's that wine. And you know what proves that? You got shows like Fresh and Fit,
Yep.
my man Myron,
Yep.
which Myron means myrrh, or also a holy place, you know? So the Lord got a spirit on those guys, and they're opening men's mind up. That's why Esau is demonizing Andrew Tate, and really, and Kevin Samuels. You know Kevin Samuels had stage 3 cancer at 21? So it took to the point of death for him to see that this shit ain't nothing. See, you got to be brought low to see reality. That's why we talk the way we talk, because we seen the other side. You know? We know that what's out there.
Like our Trinity told you.
Yep.
I was down that road.
Yep. Exactly. So we're awakened. And our own female counterparts got a problem with that. You know? Shame on y'all. That's why I see now everlasting shame. You know, because I used to read it, and I'll be thinking like, man, you know, like the shame Jake gonna have, but you can see it now more, like how they will be shameful, you know, for what they've done, how they've reacted, who they've reacted to, you know, because those demons are gonna be washed off of them. Oh shit, 20%. Somebody get the charger. You want to get a couple more?
Yeah.
I didn't bring the charger.
It's all good.
Charger been acting up. It says, and we do sacrifice unto him since the day of Esar Hadan, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ye-
Pretty much.
Yep.
Get your ass out of here.
Yep.
Damn heathen.
And now it's a cut talking about God loves all, you know. It says, ye have nothing to do with us to build a house unto our God, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord God of Israel as King Cyrus.
Is there any heathens up there?
Right,
Where they at?
right,
Where they camps at?
right.
They don't care about our God, man. You know, even if you do have heathens that are into God in the church, they're into Caesar Borgia.
Yep.
You can't be black.
Nope.
Nope.
Or then when you tell them he's black, they're like, or he's Middle Eastern.
They mock.
Yep. There's a spirit against us.
I remember years back there was this Moabite pastor. He was mocking the breakdown of Rev 1 of the color. He was literally laughing up there. He said, "Those guys say he's black." He started
Chinese
laughing.
water rats. Moab's weak.
White told me, he said, you want to know a racist white person? He said, ask him if you think Jesus, how much Jesus Christ is black, and watch what he said.
Right.
If you be like, he a racist.
Yep. It says, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord power of Israel, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, has commanded us.
Right, which the Lord put the spirit on him to put out the decree. But then the decree, over the process of time, it got hindered.
Yep.
It got hindered again. The Lord had to raise up Haggai to cut Jake out because they just stopped building.
Yep.
You know?
He had to motivate him. And Isaiah prophesies of King Cyrus.
Yep.
In Isaiah 44 and 45. You know? I had Jeremiah.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremiah 51 and 7, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine.
Right, her democracy, her FRN notes, her alphabet, women's lib, court system,
You know who's drunk?
fiat currency,
Right.
all of that.
Right. You know who's drunken the most out of all nations? Jake. And you know why? Because they don't have their own culture. They don't have a continent. Where's black people's land? Where is it? Like even Gad, this used to be Gad's land, but he was a migrant, he was nomad. He would travel, you know, Issachar, they got Mexico, things like that. But where is Judah? Where's Judah? They don't have money, they don't have a language, they don't have a military, they don't have a government, they don't have nowhere. They're the drunken, they're the drunkest one.
You got it when Jake even go back over to Africa. A lot of them will come back. They was like, yo, I didn't feel nothing there that welcome.
Yup.
Like, I felt out of place.
You got a black woman, she went viral because she was explaining to other black people, be careful if you want to go to Africa. And she had like do's and don'ts. Then she said when she got there, she didn't even feel welcome. Exactly. And what is it like 30 different dialects and 50 countries within it? Like where you gonna go? Where your ass gonna go? You know? It says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Look that word up, it means like the range, pretty much.
Yep. Well, you had Moab cancel Western culture like last year or 2 years ago, where they X'd out anything that was Western. John Smith, Burger King, shit like that. Walmart, they didn't want none of it. Because they're getting back in that ancient spirit. You know, as we are. We're getting back in an ancient spirit. You know?
War.
Yep.
With the Lord's divided the nations, which he did so in the beginning. You know? And the scripture says, every man should turn to his own people.
Yep. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her.
It says suddenly.
Yep.
Suddenly.
Yep.
All right? Meaning there's an appointed day, time, hour, second, minute, where this bitch is not, it's gonna cease to exist. And it's never gonna be inhabited again, man.
It says, howl for her, take balm for her pain.
There's no balm, it's no ointment. That's what a balm is. It's a healing ointment that you can put upon his whore for her wounds.
Right, like Neosporin.
Look at the death clock, man. There's no way to fix that. Before a child comes to the mother's womb, is as $80,000 in debt, man, according to the debt clock. Then you got student loans, you got medical bills, you got credit cards.
Health insurance. That shit. Everybody owe the hospital and they ain't do shit. You know?
He laid himself with the clay.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And it says, we would have healed Babylon.
Well, we tried. We put Trump in there. You know? We might put him back in there.
But she is not healed.
They ain't gonna do shit neither, man. No way you can fix this problem.
For
The Lord's judgment is on this place.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. It says, forsake her.
Right.
See? So that's how we're rebuilding, by forsaking Babylon, like we did in the exile from Babylon to Jerusalem.
Like we forsook Babylon, and we forsook Christmas. Jeremiah goes into that. That comes from Babylon. You know? But
Yep.
yeah, you did have niggas that stayed.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. And it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. You see that? So hey, the best thing to do as an Israelite is tap into your culture, because this place about to go. That's why it says in Ezekiel, all they that uphold Egypt shall fall. These people that are going to try to fix this place, they're going to fall with it. Like, what was that comedian? He was running for mayor of D.C., Red or something. The albino-looking Jake. His name's like Red. He's got the gap in his mouth. Yeah. He was trying to run for mayor. The nigga thought he was going to win. He lost by a landslide. And he went up to the brothers, the elder Monaghan, and the brothers, they told him, they said, you're not going to win, man. And the nigga still was like, just hope and read. It's like that. It's a demon on you. There's a Babylon demon. You know, like If you want to see the Babylonian demon, watch the news. Just the sin. And we're gonna, like Truman said, who the fuck are you talking to? You know what I mean? Like what world are you in? Just like when you see the commercials. When I see a Hidden Valley Ranch commercial, where the fuck is that in America? Where people are happy at the table sprinkling ranch on chicken. Where is that? You know what I mean? Or the Orville Blocker and popcorn. Nobody ain't happy in the living room eating popcorn like that. You know what I mean? They lie to you, man.
Suicides are up.
Yep.
The love of many is waxing cold.
1 in 6 American adults are depressed.
You got women purposely giving men the clap.
Yep.
All that shit. Okay.
Yep. This place is done. We just want to close it out.
And with that, man, we'll give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
double honors unto our apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.